Today is the 9th of September 2023, and we're going to continue talking about the international arbitrage and how to tips and ideas for setting up international private investment funds. Owner managers, family-owned businesses who are raising money in the U.S. from U.S. investors, from high net worth investors who are not, who are family-owned businesses and not major institutional or large multinational businesses or brands. That's who we're talking about here. If you are, a family-owned business running an oil field, small oil field, you want to raise $30 million for a Brazilian oil field operation. The best way to go about this, there's a lot of things you can do yourself, and so we've talked in other videos about why you should set up international private investment fund. We will try to set up some links in these videos to the previous videos and information that we have, but if you've got our social media, you're bound to find a range of documents and videos on all these things, and we're going to be dropping an ebook shortly as well, so you'll be able to check our website for that. So there are a lot of things that you can do. We talked in the previous video about the fund manager and how you can, instead of setting one up yourself, which costs a couple $100,000, you can actually do, you can actually just hire one when or after, as soon as you've raised the funds and you're standing up the private investment fund. It's possible to have the fund manager there on a services agreement and just pay them $25,000 a year plus, depending on how much capital you're raising. When it comes to international private investment funds, there's a lot of documentation, and you do have to consult a US Securities Lawyer. And so what I would say the best thing to do is, look at a lot of the documentation, things like offer memorandum, term sheets, financial projections. A lot of these things you can do yourself, or you can very much start them and get them most of the way. Everybody has people that can write business plans. There's artificial intelligence nowadays. There's tons of templates of projects passed on the internet. We all know there's tons of templates. There's artificial intelligence today. If funds are concerned, upfront funds are concerned, because remember, you can't use introducers or finders when you're raising capital. So you're gonna have to go to the US and actually do a lot of the promotion yourself, unless you actually have officers of the general partnership based in the US. So you're going to have to go to the US anyway. So what you want to do is try to generate as much of these documents as possible yourself. At the very least, you will, by attempting to drafting it, you will have much be able to do much better instructions to your US lawyer when the time comes, because you'll be able to give them documents that explain what it is you're doing. You will use a template which is close to what the lawyer would recommend. Anyway, this is something that I did back in 2017 when I was working with a colleague who was, we were raising funds for an oil and gas field in Colombia. We were unsuccessful, but we did have to appoint a Magic Circle law firm, but fortunately we were able to give them pretty much completed pitch deck and draft offer memorandum, which they then had to spend a minimum amount of time tweaking to get it right for the jurisdiction that we were working in terms of looking for investors. So, and a pitch deck is another example of a document which is, a presentation style document. There are tons of these things on the internet available for free. But if you have people, you will have lawyers and professional people around you who can, read these documents, familiarize themselves, and get it close, if not on point. And that's another big way that you can save time, as opposed to walking into US Securities Lawyer's law firm and saying, hey, what do I do? And asking them to produce documents for you from scratch. Or there's a lot of outfits nowadays selling documents, which, I don't know, I've never used them, but they're selling them. But again, if upfront costs is a concern, then you can continue to be entrepreneurial and do these things yourself and get, make a significant amount of progress and save a lot of money. Because that's how owner managers and family businesses are. They're very cost focused. So that's it for now. In the next video, we're gonna talk about having service providers in the US and trying to bring some more to address the investor protection. Cheers.